the evolution of sports talk television. Welcome to the Sports Web. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. And
Great.
I got to ask you, because you must be pretty excited coming out of Ohio University. How does it feel to get the opportunity to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer?
Oh man, it's definitely a blessing. It's a dream come true. You dream about it as a kid, going through Pop Warner, and then you get to high school ball, and then you look up, you're in college ball, and everyone's just praying for a shot. And it's definitely a blessing. It's a once in a lifetime type of opportunity, and I'm definitely ready to take on this challenge, man, for this year. So
And
Nice.
go ahead, Josh.
I see you with that Tampa Bay Buccaneers swag now. I see that.
yeah, gotta sport it out. Gotta sport it out.
Absolutely. So we last spoke about a month ago. How's the offseason ramped up for you?
It's been going pretty well. Me and my trainer been in the lab. When both of our schedules are freed up at the same time, then we make sure that we get it in every week. I'm starting to get better at long distance running as well. So I don't try to focus too much on putting so much wear and tear on my knees or my ankles and things like that, because you see it's a lot of injuries going around right now as far as NFL players in the offseason. So I try to play it smart, and play it safe. So if I'm not going all out during the training session for a day, I'll do my long distance running and get my miles up. So that's basically what offseason we're looking at so far. We just finished up our rookie meetings this Monday. So those are over with for now, and just been working and just waiting on the opportunity, and hopefully when everything passes over, then we can get back to how things were before.
Absolutely. Looking at some of your statistics here, Javon. I mean, your freshman year, 5 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and your career, 313 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 26 pass breakups, 7 forced fumbles, 6 interceptions. What I take out of this is you got a nose for the football. What do you think? Do you think that gives you an advantage with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to make this squad?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Just the ability to get the offense back the ball is very important, and coaches are looking for guys who's gonna cause turnovers and who's gonna make a difference. Back in Ohio, we used to call it mad plays, which were acquired by Coach Burrow, Jimmy Burrow. So mad plays make a difference, and that's what counts when it comes to the big league. They want to see who's making the most plays and who's getting the offense back the ball. So any opportunity that I have once I'm on the field is just a automatic radar that sets off or an alarm that sets off, and I make sure I always keep that eye on the ball. So any way that I can seize the opportunity and seize the moment and make that big play, not only for me but for the team, that's what I'm about. So that's what the whole spotting the ball thing came into effect.
Make a difference plays. I love it. Go ahead, John.
That's great. Now you're from Jacksonville area originally. Have you made your way over to Tampa, or you still been stationed in Jacksonville, or have you been training elsewhere?
So I've been training in Jacksonville, and I actually wanted to plan a trip to go to Tampa to at least stand on the outside of the stadium, just to get a look and get a feel of the atmosphere over there, because Jacksonville and Tampa, they have similar weather type of environments. So it really wouldn't be anything different on that end. But I most definitely have to make my way there, because there's no telling when we get the signal to go. So man, I just got to get down there, and I have a very close fraternity brother who's there as well. So I want to get up and visit him. He actually just moved to Tampa, but before he stayed in Ohio. So that's how I met him. I met him when I was at Ohio University.
Do
Nice.
you have a tentative report date that they've given you to make your way over there, or is it just you're still waiting on hearing that from them?
Yeah, we're still awaiting, man. Still awaiting.
And we're on right now with undrafted free agent here, Mr. Javon Hagan, safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ohio University. On the Sports Web, I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Joshua Cole Allen. What's the advantage do you think that you bring to the Bucs? What's the main advantage that you bring? What's your game? How do you think you stack up against all these safeties? Because there's definitely some competition with this team. And what do you think you need to work on with your game?
Well, first and foremost, what I need to work on is certain angles of my tackling, because in the NFL you have a lot of shifty backs,
Mhm.
but you also have a lot of powerful backs as well. So I'll say throughout my 4 years of my playing time at Ohio University, I'll try to spy in on my tackle, because the position that I play required me to tackle so much. So it'll be sometimes where it'll sort of lack sometimes, and I have to turn on the film and just adjust my angles and things like that. So, like I said, I start with the bad first. So, as far as what I need to get better on, I would definitely say keying the runner's hip, whoever has the ball, and just making sure I'm making a for sure tackle. But as far as what makes me different or sets me, aside from the other guys, I feel like personally is just the ability to make a play that we can, like we conversated about earlier, and like I said, coaches, they're going to love a player who make plays and get the ball back in. That's what I'm about. I'm about turnovers. Turnovers is a big thing on defense, and I have high aspirations on causing a ton of them, just like I've been doing before, just trusting in my playmaking ability and being confident. So I know once it's time to report, confidence is the number one key factor, and that's what I just have to bring in.
With Todd Bowles' defense, have you talked to Bowles first and foremost, and what do you know about this defense?
No, sir, I haven't talked to him yet, but I know it's a 3-4 scheme for sure. I grew up playing in a 4-3 scheme, so it really didn't take a ton of adjustment, honestly, as far as even setting the odd set. But as far as the defense, I love the way that certain players are poised in their positions. I love the type of assignments that the strong safety take control of, and I love the way that they just create a ton of opportunities for their players to actually get the ball back, like I mentioned multiple times. So as far as the defense, I'm loving the defense. I feel it's a ton of talent, drafted and undrafted, and as far as vets already there, so it's just a part of putting the whole thing together, and it's a process. It's definitely a process, but just gotta trust in our talent, and everything will fall into place, and everything happens for a reason. So.
Now, speaking of those veterans, have you had any communication with any of the vets in the backfield in the secondary? And have you had any communication with your fellow rookie Antoine Winfield? Kind of built some chemistry on the field there, as you both played different positions, maybe line up next to each other on the field come training camp?
No, sir, no personal relationships right now. Just making sure that I have everything in order before I start, creating relationships and things like that. I feel like that time will definitely come. But as far as the off season, just focusing on making sure I'm in the best opportunity as possible, and just setting myself up, for the future and what's ahead.
Now, speaking on the offseason, too, we already know about the adversity that players such as yourself and all rookies, for that matter, are going to face without mini camps, OTAs, and now, training camps being talked about cutting down preseason games and cutting down possible practices as well. We know, especially as an undrafted free agent, that's, where you make your mark, where your bread and butter out there in preseason games. Because that's like your audition tape, if something weren't to go well here, that's what other teams will be looking at. Does that make you nervous at all that they're talking about cutting down practices and games at all, or are you confident enough in your ability?
Oh no, man! I feel like I was chosen to be there for a specific reasoning. So as far as that's out of my control. As far as what they're cutting down and what they're planning on cutting down in the future. So I can't really react. When I have no say so, because if I had a say so, we would have been going a long time ago. And I'm pretty sure it's a ton of other players that feel that way as well. But
Sure.
like I said, as far as it's for a great reason. They're not doing any of this to do it on purpose or to ruin anyone's chances on making it the predicament we have right now. Is more important than the 53 to some people, because you have lives at stake, and you have people who are actually losing loved ones due to this virus. So, like I said, the fact that they have to cancel all of this, they wouldn't be canceling it for no reason. So I'm just trusting in them that they ensure safety among all the citizens around here. And when it opens it back up, then that's when we can get everything going again. But yeah, it's still the same intensity, same energy. Whenever we're called, man, that's when it'll be time to go.
And I've seen the highlights, and they're unbelievable at Ohio University. You're definitely a playmaker. You were talking about it, making a difference with those plays. You're always around the ball. Who do you model your game after as a safety? Who do you look to? Who's the guy that's your inspiration to get into the NFL?
Jamal Adams for one. You know, due to his heavy hitting, he's very physical. He plays with a lot of tenacity. And I like to compare my game to him. You know, I look at the way he watches films. You know, I look at his highlight tape a lot. Not only just his highlight tape, but I actually sit and study the way that he moves and the way that he plays because I love the way that he plays as a player. You know, and I respect him to the utmost. So it's like that's definitely one of my favorite safeties in the league right now for sure. And I love the way Tyrann plays as well. You know, Tyrann played a factor of me choosing number 7, entering Ohio University. So it was actually Tyrann Matthew and Patrick Peterson, one of my two of my favorite DBs coming out of college. So I like the way he plays with his tenacity as well, you know, because he's not your biggest safety. You know, he might not be your most outside the safety or whatever, but he'll get the job done for sure. And he's short, but he's feisty too. And I love the honey badger in him. Like I love that. So.
And we're on with Javon Hagan, undrafted safety out of Ohio University here, free agent for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Joshua Cole Allen. It seems like also you kind of got a chip on your shoulder. Is that what I'm getting here? I mean, it seems like you said, you're really intense. You're all about making plays. Is that what drives you to make you great?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Just knowing that I have a ton of people counting on me and I have to be different. You know, you got to set yourself apart. And that's just how I've grown up when it comes to football. You know, Florida is a very competitive state, and you just have to sell yourself. You know, you can't really land a big time job if you're not selling yourself. So every opportunity that I get, I got to make sure that I sell myself not only for, you know what I'm saying, my predicament, but for people back home and for the team. You know, because while I'm on the field, it's a ton of other guys that's depending on me to do my job as well, and I take pride in that. So,
besides those NFL players that you talked about with the safety position, is there anybody else that you kind of looked to or looked up to when you were watching the game when you were younger?
Ed Reed.
Okay.
Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins. I love Taylor Mays at a point in time.
Okay.
Malcolm Jenkins, of course.
Okay.
Malcolm. And hit you with one more. I
was gonna say John Lynch, but I'm not sure if you got a chance to see him. But you know, there's history there with Johnny Lynch, and I was looking at your scouting report. It said heat-seeking missile. I mean, that's how John Lynch played the game. So I think you're definitely going in the right direction when you're being compared in your scouting report as a heat-seeking missile. So John Lynch, definitely, you know, for a lot of safeties. But those are.
I gotta watch my film on him.
You're definitely.
He was.
I tell you right now, the game has kind of changed here, Javon. Do you think, you know, would you like to play in the yesteryear? Because back then you were able to kind of hit somebody, and I get it, there's safety concerns. But if you look back at the way the safeties played and that day to here, would you like to have that opportunity to play back in the day with those type of rules?
Yeah, for sure. As far as the equipment setup, I would really want the equipment set up because those guys were set up to get some terrible injuries. So I wouldn't change the equipment. But as far as the rules, yeah, I'll definitely go back to the rules just because I mean nowadays it feels like it's kind of difficult, you know, because I mean me personally as the safety, I would rather hit with my shoulder if I'm going into a receiver that's about to catch the ball because I know if I hit him, my head's not in the way. But we're taught to, you know, stay low and lean, you know, lead with our shoulders and our hips and throw our hips back, but it's kind of hard to do that with your head in a way. So it's kind of like a very physical tackle it doesn't even have to be a outstanding hit, but you can still get kicked out for it.
Did you watch any of Rodney Harrison at all? He's
Yeah.
another one who should. He's one of my favorite all-time players. The tenacity he came with, and the big hits. Some people call them dirty, but he played within the confines. He just delivered those big hits, and it was probably one of the biggest reasons, among other players, that the defenseless receiver was put in place, because those big strong safeties coming up over the top and just laying people out.
Letting people slap out.
Yeah, E.T. and Ed Reed and all those guys. Where do you see yourself in
Earl.
3 years? Yeah,
Earl. Yep,
yeah,
that's
he's up there
that's
too.
the next one for me.
Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
In 3 years, that would be the end of the contract. So hopefully an extension on that. That's every NFL player's dream for sure, to get that the second contract. But I'm a pretty intelligent guy. I got my degree in sports management. I trade through Forex. So and that's just a preview of what I actually want to accomplish. So either way, I know I'm gonna be set up in a great opportunity regardless.
Sports management, what do you want to accomplish after football? I'm not saying it's the end, but sports management seems like being a general manager or a coach. So what do you want to accomplish? What's your main goal here, Javon?
So yeah, through the sports management route, I would definitely say becoming a sports agent.
Okay.
Yeah, becoming a sports agent for sure.
So always closing. Always.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So, I'll put you on the spot here, Javon. You're an agent. Go ahead and sell me on why you should be my agent here.
Okay, so sir, I should be your agent just because I know what it takes to be successful. I know how to place you in certain opportunities to where you can be successful, not only for yourself but for your future as well. See, look, I got you already.
You got my wheels grinding. Think about it.
Yeah,
I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. And we're on the sports web, the evolution of sports talk television. We got undrafted safety here, a rookie out of Ohio University for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Javon Hagan, along with Joshua Cole Allen on the evolution of sports talk television. It's pretty good. I definitely think you got a future there if that's what you want to do. And it's cutthroat. That's a cutthroat business. Any sales at that point, you got to know going into that that you definitely got to be aggressive. And I think that's probably where you've got that aggressiveness from, not only the safety, but also the sports management business. I think you're going to do well on that.
Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Josh.
You ready for some rapid fire?
I'm ready. Just let me know. Let me know the instructions so I won't get set up and we're good.
So we're going to start with this or that. So it's going to be rapid fire. I'm going to say this or that, and you're going to have to tell me which one you'd prefer. And then we'll move on to favorites. Same thing. It's like a rapid fire. I'm going to ask you favorite something, and just as fast as you can answer it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. This or that. Xbox or PS4?
Xbox all day.
Beach or lake?
Beach.
Basketball or hockey?
Basketball.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Favorite character?
Spider-Man.
Ooh, nice. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Streaming or cable?
Cable.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Beer or liquor?
Liquor.
City or country?
City.
Car or truck?
Car.
Sack or fumble?
Fumble.
Pick or fumble recovery?
Pick.
Big hit or pass breakup?
Big hit.
Jamal Adams or Ed Reed?
Ed Reed.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna go Jamal on that one. All right,
I can't do Ed like that.
I know he was.
All right, quickly going into favorites. Favorite movie?
House Party.
Favorite sports movie? That's a good one.
Remember the Titans.
Ooh, I love that. Favorite sports team? Doesn't have to be football.
Lakers.
Favorite place you've ever been to or visited?
Los Angeles.
Favorite food?
Hibachi.
Ooh, nice. Favorite game you watched? Like on television or in person?
I watched the 76ers play the Orlando Magic as a kid when Allen Iverson played for the Sixers and Trace McGrady played for the Magic.
Ooh, that must have been a good matchup.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
it was at Orlando too.
Favorite color?
I don't really have one.
No.
Nope.
Favorite TV show?
Money Heist.
Favorite sports memory of yours and of growing up watching sports?
Favorite sports memory was MAC Freshman of the Year.
And favorite sports memory just in general?
Favorite sports memory was
Watching.
watching Auburn block the kick against Bama.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, Iron Bowl.
Favorite dessert?
Are these rapid fire too?
Yeah.
Yes, they
Oh,
are.
cheesecake. Cheesecake.
Favorite season?
Right now.
Favorite season?
Yeah.
Summer.
Favorite player?
Jamal Adams.
Favorite player from another sport?
Messi.
Ooh, oh, nice. And then last one, favorite play you made as a player, and then just kind of go into it.
Okay. Favorite play as a player. Oh, it was against Kent State 2018. It was Kent State's homecoming. So Coach Burrow was he was nagging us all week about Kent State's offense. He said Kent State offense is probably one of the fastest offenses you're going to see. So Kent State program, they have a ton of great athletes, but they kind of went through up and down throughout the year. So I'm not even gonna lie, we went in there like, man, this Kent State. Kent State was the same Kent State that we played. That was going rapid fire, like he said. Like we couldn't even. I mean, they were saying hike before the sticks were even set. That's how fast it was going. And I mean, I even threw up in the fourth quarter. I think. Like I was so like we were just gassed. And then the score was 26-20. And then I was deep middle. And all I hear is my coach screaming at me. I kind of, looked to the sideline real quick. He told me to back up 10 more yards. So I backed up, and I knew the quarterback was going to try to, stare me off. I know the quarterback personally, so I've been watching him for some time now. And I knew he was going to try to lick me off. And then he tried to, I think he tried to throw like a skinny post, I want to say, or it was a deep ball in the field. Sure, I'm not sure, but all I know is I turned ball hawk mode, man, picked it off, ended the game on their homecoming.
Nice. One
and
of
I
those
got a
mad
penalty for
plays.
taunting.
That's it. Mad plays, make a difference plays. We're on with Javon Hagan of the Bucs, undrafted safety out of Ohio University. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Joshua Cole Allen. You talked about the Lakers. Are you happy about the NBA coming back? And do you think they can get it done with the loss of Avery Bradley, who looks like he's not going to join them?
Oh, I just got off the phone with J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about landing that with him. You feel me? So yeah, we got that in the works. But either way, man, we're gonna be good. You feel me? We're gonna be good. It's no point on stressing. If you're a Laker, you're always gonna be a champion. Even if we don't get it done, we always gonna be a champion. You know what I'm saying? So all our years after 2010, when Meta World Peace, sealed that one of the clutchest shots that known to man's eye. You feel me? After that, we kind of went through a little slump, but we're still champions. At the end of the day, we're going to get LeBron another ring because that's what we do.
So, not if my Celtics have anything to do with it.
Well, hey, listen, I got to ask this question because this has definitely been a debate here on the Sports Web. LeBron, Jordan, or Kobe?
Kobe, man. Kobe better than Jordan, man.
Why?
Kobe's better than Jordan. I mean, you just got to look. You put Kobe in the same predicament as Michael Jordan with Scottie and them, he would have did the same thing. Kobe, it's the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
I think they compare.
It's the Mamba mentality.
would you compare LeBron to Jordan more than anything else? I mean, a lot of people compare that. I don't see the comparison. I see more of Kobe to Jordan than LeBron to Jordan. Is that fair?
No, I would agree.
No, that's a great question. I'll actually I wouldn't, because we compared Kobe and LeBron for the longest just because they were one of the greatest players that we've seen. But well, besides Jordan, but I feel people compare Michael Jordan to LeBron based off the athleticism. I mean, you will rarely see Kobe run point, rarely. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan, at least in my opinion, Michael Jordan and LeBron are more athletic than Kobe. So that's why I feel that those two were, always being compared to each other. It wasn't Kobe's not in the race, so we're not going to add him or nothing. It's just as far as athleticism.
How much do you think Phil Jackson had a role in making Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant the players that they were? Do you think he doesn't get enough credit for turning those players into the guys that they became?
I definitely say Phil deserves credit just because it was the type of coach that he was, and the players respected him for that. I feel when it comes to the word respect, you didn't have to question that about Phil Jackson. Players were gonna throw everything they had on the line for him. And yeah, I'm not saying that players don't do that nowadays because they do, but I feel that Phil Jackson's relationships were there more than the coaches that are around nowadays. And he definitely created some legends, from Jordan to Kobe.
Yeah.
And I feel towards the back-to-back, when we went back-to-back in 2009 and 2010, I feel that he knew that he was about to, I guess, slow up or whatever, because he wouldn't be as into the game as he was, early in Kobe's career and in Jordan's career as well. But you got to look at Phil as a Nick Saban, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I definitely think that. I think that's a great comparison. Now, speaking of head coaches, what do you know about Coach Arians? Because you hear about the quarterback whisperer working with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. What have you heard about Coach Arians?
Yeah, I honestly did read up on something about that, about his ability to work with great quarterbacks and things like that. So I feel he'll do a great job. Tom is a leader already. Everyone's well aware of that. Any team that he would have landed on, I'm pretty sure he would have brought the same intensity, just because that's how he is as a player. So I feel like with the help of our head coach and him and the relationship that they're going to establish, I feel like it's going to be going very well. And you see, Tom is putting a great representation out there, as far as him working out, at a local, I want to say high school, I believe.
Yeah,
Berkeley.
Yeah, with a lot of receivers. So that's a great name already, and that's bringing a lot of eyes to the program. So I feel like he's doing a great job, not only bringing, because the media is going to come, but he's also bringing positive attention as well. So I feel like those two are going to establish a great connection. Now that'll definitely help the team.
Absolutely. And we had Keon Crossan, who was a former New England Patriot, played 1 year with Tom Brady his rookie year, and he spoke on how Tom would come up to him in practice and ask him, questions on what he saw and how he could make the offense better and running the scout team, and observed him taking notes from the start of the meeting to the end of the meeting. So just being able to go to him and kind of pick his brain. He's not one of those guys that'll big time you. Are you excited to kind of pick his brain and talk to him? And because he's known for talking with anybody who wants to improve.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the way that he moves, for sure, and how he, not only how he moves as a leader, but as a person as well. Because I know his off the field characteristics are just as well as his on the field characteristics. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to being in the same environment. I'm not going to be too focused on it. I'm not going to be over enthusiastic, I guess, to ask him this and that, because I'm pretty sure it's 100 other guys that's there for the same thing. But I'm here for the Bucs, so yeah. I got to focus on the Buccaneers, and he's a part of that. So I feel like it really, at the end of the day, would be on the same team. and we'll be teammates, and then we can establish a relationship then. So, that, like I said, all that to come. All that to come.
Perfect. And then just one real quick, we have a fan question out there. This is from Andrew Big Board Faubert, Buck Report's own. He asks, with your position flexibility in college, if they ask you to move to free safety or strong or cornerback or slot corner, is that something you feel comfortable doing, or you see yourself more as strictly as a strong safety?
Man, if they ask me to play punter, I'll play punter.
Good answer. That's a great answer.
And that's just that's just it. It don't matter what they ask me to play. It don't matter if they say only play special teams until you walk out the door. I don't play special teams till I gotta walk out the door.
You're looking forward to with the matchup of facing Rob Gronkowski and OJ Howard or Cameron Brate, because you are safety, so most likely you will get assigned to that position a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Those guys like that you just mentioned are extremely well, and they're extremely athletic for tight ends. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
the ability to take on the role as a tight end as far as blocking, but also run a route just as fast as a receiver, speaks volumes. I got a lot of respect for the tight end position. I feel like that don't really get mentioned as much, but the fact that you can have a guy who's heavy that can move just as fast as a receiver, and if they can't move as fast as a receiver, they have great catching ability. They have great ways of finding themselves ways to get open to make a play. So as far as those three, those are great players, and I look forward to competing with them for sure. Cause I know the atmosphere is going to be real competitive. So looking forward to that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Josh, go ahead, buddy. Anything else?
I'm just excited to get you here, man. You got the Bucs here. You're making me excited. Just listening to you, your work ethic, your Mamba mentality yourself that you have about grinding and doing whatever it takes, and whatever they need you to do, you're going to step in and do it. I'm just excited to see what you can do on the field and see how that translates. But I loved having you on. I loved talking to you the first time. And I just want to say thank you for your time and thanks for coming on. And I wish you really nothing but the best. And I can't wait, to watch you go out there and perform, because I myself, I know you're humble, but I expect, big things from you. Just, listening to you, seeing you, talking to you, and watching, your highlights. I'm excited for the trajectory that your career, looks like to be on.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for the opportunity. For sure, I'm looking forward to meet your expectations, man, because I ain't the only person saying the same thing. So I got a lot of expectations to meet.
Absolutely. There you go. Javon Hagan, undrafted free agent safety out of Ohio University on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thanks a lot for your time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. All right, boss?
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.